With us now is Maria, and we're going to be talking about an incredible journey, hers. She went from being a student at Nassau Community College, and she is now the interim president. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you so much, Donna. I'm doing well.
So excited for you. I'm excited for the student body. I'm excited for all the employees of the college. Tell us your journey. What made you decide to become a first-generation student at Nassau Community College?
Well, it's an interesting journey.
Okay.
You never really know where life takes you. So at 16, I started to think about college. Both of my parents never graduated high school. So certainly college was not in the cards for them. My dad's an immigrant, came to this country, followed my mom to marry her, came from Italy, came to New York, settled in the Bronx, which is where I was born. Spent the first 8 years of my life in the Bronx, and then we moved out to Long Island. But having said that, at 16, I was thinking about colleges. My mom, supportive as always, with education, whatever your dreams are, follow them. Went to have the conversation with my dad.
Okay.
And my dad, typical European response, said, well, we don't have a lot of money to begin with, and I'm certainly not going to spend it on a woman who will probably get married and have babies. And I thought, yeah, no. So I knew at 16 I was going to have to do it on my own. And at that point, sometimes when you're told no, that really means go. And for me, that was the go sign.
I like that no means go.
No means go. So Dad said no, and I thought to myself, no, I have to find a way to do this thing. So I'm going to have to put myself through school. Let's see what my options are. And as typical 16, 17-year-old, you throw out a lot of college applications, you see what comes back. You hope for scholarships coming out of high school, as I did. I received a scholarship from Penn State, really wanted to go, but it wasn't a full tuition. And I couldn't afford it because, again, my parents were not going to help me. My mom was a homemaker. The income was all from my dad at the time, so what Dad said kind of went. So I decided, well, what are my options? And a friend came to me and said, listen, there's Nassau. And I said, okay. And I remember coming to the campus and driving it with a friend, applying in August, which is the worst thing to do. But again, I had hopes that I would find a way to pay for Penn State. And I ended up at Nassau, which was great. I ended up being offered a job in their institutional research area. So I worked while I was going to school so I could help pay the tuition bills. And that's how it began.
I'm also a community college graduate. So
That's great.
So I graduated high school and I was one of the top people in my class. And I was offered to go interview for a scholarship down at Mizzou, Missouri School of Columbia. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, I freaked myself out and I didn't go. Like, I don't know what happened that day, but I woke up and I was like, whatever. And I wasn't really sure what I wanted to study. So I ended up going to the University of Missouri, St. Louis, and I was studying communications, but I really loved art. And it was too late to get into Washington University. So I applied to St. Louis Community College, Florissant Valley, and I studied advertising design. We were right on the cusp of when computer graphics were starting. Yeah. So I learned traditional computer graphics as well as being one of the first people to ever touch a Macintosh computer.
Amazing.
Right? And thrived there and absolutely loved it. And then same thing though, I had already given up opportunities. You know, I had a beauty pageant scholarship that I won to go to Tarkio or wherever. And I ended up going to community college. And I loved it and I thrived there. And I took my advertising degree, my associates, went on to get a 4-year degree at Maryville University by working full time, paying my own way, and then going to weekend college. To see me now, to look back on then, and to realize what, I guess, a help that community college can be. It can be a step up, a step ahead for you on your journey. You know, there's cost advantages, of course, but also you're getting a really clear-cut education with wonderful instructors that give you a personalized attention that you're not going to get, I believe, sometimes at a larger university.
Absolutely. Gives you a chance really to flourish, really an opportunity to decide what and who you want to be. You know, place to do that is definitely a community college. But as you said, Donna, you can save a lot of money. still go on to that four-year institution that you always wanted to. Scholarships available and transfer. It is an amazing opportunity. Highly qualified faculty. Many of our faculty teach at the four-year institutions after they leave Nassau. Their day is done. They teach adjunct at a four-year institution. It truly is the same education, but at an affordable cost. And it was amazing for me. And I'm so glad you had a similar experience with your community college. Yeah,
absolutely. Your parents, when you did get that, 2-year degree, or, what was the feedback from them?
My mom was thrilled to death.
Okay.
My dad kind of went,
All
okay,
right.
Well, we'll see. And then I went on for a bachelor's and a master's. And it really wasn't until I was in my master's program at Adelphi did my dad come to me and say, well, do you need help with tuition? And I thought, no, Dad, I've got this now. I understand debt. I knew what I needed to do. I was working 2 and 3 jobs at the time to pay the tuition and the bills, and until just graduating with my doctorate. And I finally looked at him, and being in my 50s, and I kind of said, "So, Dad," and he goes, "Yeah, clearly I was wrong." And I'm like, "Clearly so."
Maria, that's so great.
Yeah. So I think in his heart of hearts, he's proud. I don't know that he'll ever admit that, but my mom is thrilled to death. And, now being president, she always reminds me every day, give back, pay it forward. Remember where you came from. Don't ever forget where you came from. You were one of these students back then. Remember every decision that you make, where you came from. And I do every day.
I think it validates the hope that you are offering to the students of today. It validates that hope, so that, when they look at you, they say, wow, well, if the president of the college can make it, I can make it too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It really did transform my life. It was where my success started. And many people say to me, after being at the college for 33 years, why would you even serve as an interim president? And for me, I owe it. The college really gave me my start, and I owe it so much. And I'm happy to help students. I'm not married, chose never to have children, and to me, they're all my responsibility. When they hit that campus, they're my responsibility to take care of them, whatever their needs are, whatever their goals are, to get them there, because that's what the college did for me. And that legacy needs to continue. The college needs to continue to live its community mission.
I was going to say, what are the things besides the education? There's so many things. There's athletics, there's clubs. I was going to say, what are some of the things that just make Nassau Community College the gem that it is, besides the academics?
The clubs, 110 different clubs, from anything that you can think of. And if students think of it, they can petition to get a budget and start it, if students before them haven't thought of it. We have 25 professional athletic teams. They're nationally ranked, but we have intercollegiate type sports as well. Intramural sports, if they don't want to join a team, for sure. All kinds of wraparound services, from career counseling, psychological counseling, anything that the students need. We have childcare facilities on campus for those adult student population or students that have families that need to go to school but need somebody to watch their child. We have the Nest for food insecurity issues for students, to make sure that students are well fed, make sure they're sitting in the classroom. We give away free transportation. Nice bus company we have a relationship with. We're able to give out 1,000 passes a year to students to make sure they can get themselves to and from campus. So we're really about wraparound services, really wrapping the student wholly, and really treating them far beyond just the academic needs that they may have.
The respect for them and the respect for their journey.
Absolutely.
And it's made possible at Nassau Community College.
It is. It is.
Maria, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I look forward to working with you, knowing you longer, and celebrating you. So thank you for spending this time with us.
Thank you.
And there you go. I am a huge proponent of higher education, and however you're able to do it, if it's a dream on your heart, make it happen. Make it happen today. There are people that care about you and your journey. Be well.